Well, regulators could be hours away from seizing control of First Republic Bank. A sale this weekend could be next. CBS's Willie James Inman brings us the latest from Washington. Willie, good evening.
Good evening to you, Errol. CBS News has learned that a federal takeover and sale of First Republic Bank assets could happen as soon as this weekend, as the bank struggles to hold on to customers and as its stock price plummets.
San Francisco resident Mario Molina withdrew some of his money from First Republic Bank on Friday, worried the lender could go under.
Where it is, they might close down next week.
Possibly tomorrow. According to media reports, the FDIC asked JP Morgan Chase and PNC to submit final bids to buy First Republic by Sunday. The bank's stock price plunged 80% in March, a direct result of the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Shortly after, nearly a dozen larger banks propped up First Republic with $30 billion. Despite that infusion, the stock took another hit Friday, losing 43% of its value and closing at $3.51 a share.
No acquirer wants to buy a dead bank. Look for some kind of deal in terms of continuing deposit insurance coverage on uninsured deposits.
It's important to remember the FDIC guarantees deposits of up to $250,000. Friday, the Federal Reserve took some responsibility for the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, the second biggest bank failure in U.S. history. In a scathing report, the Fed found its own supervisors failed to take forceful enough action to address growing risks at the bank. The report also pointed to Trump-era bank reform that loosened regulations for mid-sized banks.
And Aaron, last month, President Biden called on regulators to find ways to put more strict rules on mid-sized banks that would not take congressional authority. Meanwhile, the federal review that was released on Friday outlined regulations and oversights, but that same report acknowledged that it could take years to implement any changes. Errol?
All right. Willie James Inman, thank you.